So we are in Green Bay. We're at the Airbnb project, and let's show you guys this place. This turned out amazing. Only a year and a half in the making, so not too bad there. So Katie and I are here today. We need to wrap up some stuff. We actually, since putting this on Airbnb in the last probably a week and a half or so, got 2 reservations already. They're further out in the year, but as you could tell from the B-roll footage, this place turned out really, really well. The numbers, let me break down the numbers. We bought this for $125,000 right on Lombardi Ave. It's a sweet, sweet property, but we way overspent on the renovation. And obviously it turned out well, everything was great, but permitting, repairs, we basically had to rebuild the entire house from the outside in and the exterior. We had to make siding, roof, windows, soffit, fascia, everything like that. We probably have right around, or probably a little over 200 stuck into the renovation. So obviously we're sitting in a pretty expensive property, but all in all, I think it looks promising from the Airbnb standpoint because it can sleep 10. If you're interested in staying in this particular property, just shoot a comment down below or reach out to me, Carter@carterppc.com. But place is pretty darn nice once it's all completely finished. So the one thing that I've come to learn with the Airbnb properties, specifically in Green Bay, is you have to go through a boatload of pre-inspections, health inspections, Airbnb short-term inspections, and you have to submit everything to the municipality in order to get approval. And once you get approval, then you can finally rent it out. So like every single bed, you have to have multiple sets of sheets, you have to have pillow protectors, you have to have all these different things that add up to hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And if you don't account for that, which we probably didn't, if I'm being honest, then it's just another expense. But at a certain point, I'm like, it doesn't matter, we need to get this job done. We need to get rented out. And it turned out really well. Like the spiral staircase is amazing. Katie's just doing the final touches right here. We got a couple more pillows, Amazon for the win. We got 2 beds right here, another bed here. Then you got the dresser over there in the corner. The nice part was everything was vacuum wrapped, including mattresses, including pillows, which made it a heck of a lot easier getting up the spiral staircase.
We're gonna watch Carter put together this storage thing that will probably take him twice as long as it probably would take me. I'm just a master at putting things together. We'll see if he even plays this in his next video. Say hi. Say hi, vlog.
Figured out why we have a water issue.
Why?
This bolts off, so it's just dumping next to the house.
Say hi, Myla.
You have your shoes on? Who would have thought putting together this would be so challenging? Of course, we fast forwarded it. It still took way longer than expected, just kind of a pain in the butt. But that's where we're gonna put some of the linens, some cleaning products, some of that stuff, just to keep it out of the way of the guests who stay here. But the basement, as you probably saw, did a little green and gray. The unfortunate part though, we are probably gonna have to throw some drain tile in on this house because there's a little bit of water seeping in now that the snow is melting, now that it's coming up on springtime. 4 hours later and we're still at the Lombardi house. Katie's upstairs, she's doing the finish, or the final touch when it comes to scrubbing the floors, prepping everything, but we had to get mouse traps. There's mouse poop in the house. We had to get screws for the kitchen cabinets. Like we bought these, they're actually really nice cabinets from Lowe's. I had to re-secure the doors because the doors were pulling loose. It was just a big pain in the butt. But overall, the house is done. Like it's, all I need to do is bring some guides here that we put together that explains kind of staying in the house. So I'm hopeful on that. But this is a long day. A long day that was only supposed to take an hour or 2 is 4, 5, 6 hours. So it is what it is. Mila's cashed out, Katie's cashed out, I'm cashed out. We'll see what tomorrow has in store and the rest of the week. And I'll of course take you guys along on the journey. Absolutely crazy day so far. So it's been productive, and we're getting stuff done. But what I wanted to mention, so I was just on the phone, I was having a conversation with an owner, and the sister's helping on another sister, so on and so forth. I won't go into the details very much, but you have to be honest with homeowners. When you're not honest, when you're not sincere, when you're not telling them the truth, people can sense that, most importantly, and then they get the realization that it's like, okay, this person's they're a little shady. I don't want to do business with them. And you're not helping people out. Live by the standard to always help, even if it's not in your favor. Just give them the information that they need. But what is going on today? We have to make some storage unit calls here this afternoon for collection calls, not actual property owners, just so we can get paid that money for the beginning of the month. Welcome to our job up in Wausau, Wisconsin. So we bought this place, and as you can tell, there was severe water damage, actually mold everywhere. So we had to gut the place out. We had to reframe. We had to pull off siding, which I'll show you in a little bit. We had to gut out the kitchen. This is an extremely large remodel, and these owners had left this. This is a $410,000 house once it's fixed up. Basement flooded, that was all moldy, and these owners left it sit for 3 years with a hole in the roof, flooding basement, and it was a complete disaster. This is one of the upstairs bedrooms, again, mold in the corner up there, and we didn't know what to do, and this is the master. Like you can see down, and I'll show you in a little bit, you can see into the lower living room, the addition, but we had to reframe the bathroom area because it was so moldy. This is just a different view, but look at all this work. So the exterior, again, it needs some love. We had to replace boards on the deck because those were rotted out. That was wide open, and we are still in process. So there you have it. That is the Wausau job that we're currently working on. And the place, as you can tell, it needs a boatload of work to get it finished. It was in severe disrepair, as I had previously mentioned, but we're making progress. That's the big thing for us. The other thing is we're sourcing all these contractors, and I can show you guys how if you are interested, but we're sourcing them all when we're still like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the job site. Now we have to drive from here all the way to Green Bay, which is about an hour and a half. Like we had to drive an hour and a half this morning to get up here, hour and a half to Green Bay, probably another hour home. Obviously driving that much is not ideal, but jobs need to get checked on. I wanted to check on the progress of this one, but we're checking out a place in Green Bay near Lambeau Field. So fingers crossed we can get that one. We'll see how it shakes out. And of course, I'll take you guys along on the journey. So the appointment in Green Bay actually went very, very well. I wasn't gonna pull out the camera. I was gonna pull out my phone and disrupt the conversation because it was that good. I wanted to give you guys some insight. Most homeowners, in this particular scenario, the conversation went down the seller financing path. But most homeowners who, one, would ever consider seller financing, or number two, are on the older end of the spectrum, they want to trust who they're doing business with. And so many people out there discount this fact. They don't care. They're all worried about the money or what's in it for me. When in fact that you need to have the conversation with the owner. You need to find their pain points, what's going on in their life, why this might be a good fit, and just be a human. Be a good human, and I can guarantee you will get more real estate deals. Take the money out of it, be yourself, and actually provide value to these homeowners, and you're gonna get rewarded for it. Maybe in the short term, you won't make as much money, but in the long term, you will make way more money than you ever thought possible. And I actually, being honest with you guys, I had a half case of Miller Lite in the back of my truck that we grabbed from Lombardi here. I'm not a Miller Lite fan, I'm a Coors Light guy. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, I have a half case of Miller Lite, would you drink this by chance? And sure shit, gave him the half case of Miller Lite, so it's a win for everyone. Hopefully he'll enjoy it, and maybe in the future we can put something together with him. But now I do need to tell you guys, we did have a mouse trap that was full. It's unfortunate, but there was a mouse in here. It was actually in this one. I had to restock it. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that issue anymore. Like, you never know when it comes down to these properties. I sealed up everything on the outside. We should be mouse free from here on out. If there is something, Joe's gonna have to empty the traps. I didn't really enjoy doing that. It was kind of gross. I'm not a mouse guy. Like, that's what I have to say. I'm not a mouse person. I've never had pet mice. I did have a gerbil once, but that's that. So I think we're going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's content. If you have any questions or if anything that we can help with, drop a comment down below or shoot me a message. I appreciate you guys as always. Hit the like and subscribe button. I will talk to you soon.